You said before you were placed in the AIDS Society, you were destined for a bad outcome, right? Not the outcome we see today, and that kind of changed you around, and you made some changes. But not only did you make some changes, and not only were you tough, and not only self-sustaining, but someone came into your life. So tell us a little bit about that story, because obviously you go from, oh my gosh, this is my life, to, hey, wait a second, maybe there's a way out. So walk us through that, because I know that's a really interesting story about how you met Bruce, who you mentioned.
So I played sports like that, and I didn't really have any interest in playing football, but I was in my group home in Mississauga, and as in children's aid, and I was 14 years old. And for some strange reason, I decided I want to go to this football camp run by the Argos, and that is probably the best decision I ever made in my life, even till this day. Anyhow, after the camp was finished, I had to get back to my group home, and I hitchhiked. So I would have I had a garbage bag over my shoulder, had all the football stuff inside there, and I was walking down, I think it's Rathburn, to get towards Bermanthorpe Road, and this big black Mercedes pulls along the side, and the window pulls down, and he goes, "Hey boy, what are you doing hitchhiking?" And I looked at him and I said, "Well, I'm trying to get back to my group home." I knew who he was because he was one of the coaches at the camp and happened to be the captain of the Toronto Argos, Bruce Smith. And he says, "You could be hitchhiking." He says, "Get in my car." And he said, "Where do you live?" I said, "Mississauga." He was in downtown Toronto. Well, they're the opposite directions. So he took the time, drove me to my group home, and talked to me and asked me questions and stuff and said goodbye. And I just didn't think anything more of it. The next day, bang on the door, there's Bruce. He drove from downtown Toronto to come to take me to a gym. He says, "If you're going to play football, you got to lift weights. So I'm taking you to a gym." And I said, "So get some gym stuff." I didn't have any. So he took me to a place and bought me some running shoes and shorts and a shirt and all that kind of stuff, and took me to Vic Tanny's and started me up.